Cloud computing and data recovery. I think we all need to find out what is cloud computing. Cloud computing involves the integration of the network of servers across the globe to create one shared supercomputer. I think Google is the first to present out the concept of cloud computing. And I think most of you are using Google search engines. You have used that. So you can feel that suddenly Google servers get corrupted, or you find you don't, or you cannot use Google search engines. We can firstly see the advantages of cloud computing. And then we can analyze the advantages, disadvantages of cloud computing. And finally, we can see how cloud computing will affect the data recovery future. Advantage 1. Reduce your initial investment as there's no infrastructure expense right up front. Because you don't need to buy the equipment, like clouding data recovery equipment. There's no such kind of data recovery equipment. It's quite different from the hard drive data recovery. You don't need to buy equipment. You don't need to employ the data recovery engineers. You don't need to learn something. You just deliver your data, or you just buy the capacity of the cloud computing and store your data there, and there will be someone to help you manage the data. So second, pay only for the capacity you are using, and that is a further cost reduction. More storage capacity can be purchased as needed. Third, data access feasibility is super with internet. Only you can access to the internet. You can access to your data anywhere. The fourth, in-time disaster data recovery possibilities. So even some data loss happens, you may not feel that you lose the data, because your data already comes back from another server. The fifth, minimize the data management cost. From the 4 advantages above, and you can see that. How about disadvantages? First, the technologies of cloud computing is still young and not mature. The privacy and the security of the data is the biggest concern. I just have one simple question there. Are you willing to put all your data on the web to be readable by some people if they want? Because not all people or not all companies can create the cloud computing environment. Only several players in the world, like Google, like IBM, like some other super big enterprises, they have such kind of capabilities to create such kind of cloud computing environment for you to store your data. The second disadvantage is the impact of forensic investigations on cloud environments was little noticed. The loss of control caused by cloud environments and vendors presents a huge challenge for investigators. Because the data is not stored in a local place, it's stored in a third party's storage environment. How can you perform the forensic investigation on third party's environment, except you get the permission, or you find out the server which stores the data you have? Because the data is not fixed. It might be moving from one server to another server, maybe like in Chengdu, maybe it will be stored in Stockholm. It is not stored in a fixed place or in a fixed server. The third, the cyberspace world is controlled by few monopolies in this field and can be also made best used by politics. Besides, all countries lead balance in new technologies and society harmony. If the government, they want to find out some sensitive data, or if they want to, I just want to express that all your data is readable by those who provides the cloud computing environment for you and by the government. There's no privacy and no confidentiality in cloud computing environment, only if they want to access your data. There are also some unknown threats and attack. So, will cloud computing affect data recovery development? Yes. Cloud computing can affect definitely traditional storage devices and then data recovery business, but the practiced and preferred solutions nowadays would be a combination of the two. local data storage and cloud computing when it becomes mature and stable. I think all companies, all individuals, even the public sectors, they have category. Make their data into categories, like some top sensitive data, confidential data, some common data. So they will store their data according to the level of sensitiveness to different places. Like the top sensitive data to their local storage environment. And some common data they mostly use in their daily work in the cloud. And traditional data recovery services or some kind of new data recovery services will keep growing as well.